Number 5. Brussels Diamond Heist. Have you ever seen a criminal pull off a heist so awesome that you think they deserve to keep the money? In February 2013, it happened, when 8 masked men successfully committed a heist for $50 million worth of diamonds. Allegedly caught on video, 2 police cars burst through an airport fence and screeched onto the tarmac. As they rammed the armored car, 8 masked men carrying machine guns forced the guards to open up the storage of the aircraft and unloaded packages. Within minutes, they were already gone. Later, police could only find a burned car mentioning that the men were dressed convincingly as policemen and acted with military training. Luckily for the robbers, they actually stumbled upon uncut diamonds, meaning that they are ridiculously hard to track down. So far, the police haven't released any of the videos to the media, but they say the security footage will be useful in tracking the culprits down. Sounds like Payday the Heist to me. Number 4. 2002 CIA interrogation tapes. Now, for Secret Service level home movies. After 9/11, the CIA took in suspects Abu Zubaydah and Abd al-Rahim al-Nashiri for questioning in a secret prison in Thailand, where questioning might not be exactly what you thought it was. Now, what they did in there might not actually be something I wish I could see, but hey, different strokes for different folks. In 12 of the 90 tapes, they recorded what the CIA calls enhanced interrogation techniques. If you want something scarring on your browser history, you can give it a search. Go ahead. In the videos, they show the detainees being waterboarded, locked in a box with bugs, and being forced to stand naked. Strangely enough, the CIA released a list of some of the songs they played during the torturing sessions, including songs by Eminem, Saturday Night Fever, and the Bee Gees, and even the Sesame Street theme song. The US government claims that they destroyed all the tapes in 2007 in fear that if leaked, it would show the identities of the CIA agents. After looking at some of the photos, I don't really think I missed the tapes all that much. Number 3. Sandy Hook surveillance photos. It wasn't so long ago, so we all probably remember the tragedy that had befallen the Sandy Hook Elementary School back in December 2012. Shortly before the insane Adam Lanza killed 26 people, the school had actually installed some surveillance cameras in order to improve security. Now, you can kind of understand the graphic nature of these videos, but it comes as no surprise that they don't actually want to release the footage. However, since it's America, some people have been crying conspiracy. The government has not shown any of the videos, not even footage of Lanza approaching the school. Some people say that his precision assassination and military tactics were too professional for just one 20-year-old. People explain how they saw SWAT officers running away and how some witnesses say they heard multiple shooters. People even go as far to say that the parents were faking tears while crying on TV. If they were to release the tapes, maybe these people's minds would change, but honestly, does the world really need to watch 20-some little children get murdered by a lunatic? Speaking of lunatics, let's add 2 more. Number 2. The basement tapes. Here's another tragedy that's been iconic in the recent decades that you might still remember. In 1999, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris walked into their high school in Columbine, killing 14 students and a teacher using many different guns. What is being censored were the home movies they created before the shooting, nicknamed the basement tapes. If people had seen these videos before, they might have been more inclined to investigate the strange behavior these 2 exhibited. The first of the 5 tapes entailed the 2 showing off their arsenal of weapons, then arguing over who would direct the movie of the massacre they were about to commit. In another, they go nuts about some journal being the writing of God. The final tape that was seen is filmed very close to the actual killings, with them saying goodbye just 30 minutes before setting out to the school. Since the shootings, the tapes have been held by families of the deceased victims. In 2011, they were finally destroyed. The families did not want these videos to act as inspiration for another school shooting. No one will ever see this footage again. Number 1. Scarborough rapist tapes. The final video we will never see involves the Ken and Barbie couple that most Canadian adults know, and will spit at the mention of their names. In the 80s and 90s, Paul Bernardo attacked around 20 women, raping most of them in the city of Scarborough, Ontario. In 1990, after he married his wife Carla Homolka and confessed that he was attracted to her younger sister, the 2 later drugged and raped her younger sister Tammy. But boy, does it get darker. The husband and wife took advantage of Tammy, recording her as she accidentally choked to death on her own vomit. The following year, the 2 did the exact same to another girl named Leslie Mahaffey, except in this case, they kidnapped her and intentionally tortured her to death while feeding her drugs. As if that was not enough, they did the same to another girl a year later. When police finally caught on to Bernardo by using DNA techniques, they turned to Karla Homolka to plead guilty and testify against her husband. This well-documented and recorded case shows her acting innocent, saying that she was taken advantage of herself and only helped him out of fear. After wrapping the case, she was sentenced to just 12 years, with her husband being sent for life. Now, the tapes are bad, but let me drop some knowledge, and bad news for you folks. In Canada, once you get tried for something, it's illegal to be taken to court for it again. In 1993, after Karla's case was done, they found the tapes of the torture and murder of the 3 young women. In these videos, they clearly show Karla Homolka torturing her sister, among the other girls, and sexually assaulting them without the instruction of her husband. These tapes are inadmissible, and even though we know she deserves to rot in hell for her heinous crimes, we can literally do nothing about it. Karla Homolka changed her name and now has a family and 3 kids. Let's hope they never have to find out what mommy was doing just a couple years back.